Hello everyone, my name's Beansprout, and today we're going to be talking about Brutal Doom 64, made by Sergeant Mark. And now, no, I'm not going to be talking about Sergeant Mark at all in this video. One, it doesn't fit the video, and I don't feel like talking about the controversies around him. We all know he's a horrible person. I'm just going to talk about the game and this brilliant mod that he has made for it. First of all, right off the bat, it fixes most of my issues with Doom 64, and it's the only way I will play Doom 64 now. I understand you really shouldn't introduce someone to Doom through Brutal Doom, but if you're introducing them to Doom 64, make sure they play Brutal Doom. And if they really want to try the original experience first, then show it them. But in my opinion, the best way to play Doom 64 is through Brutal Doom 64. One, it doesn't change much of the game, and it adds in some other enemies that are not present in the original game. And it also gives all the weapons animations, but sadly doesn't fix the Pain Elemental's hairdo. And now, I understand it's probably weird for me to praise Doom 64, because I was the guy who made the Why I Don't Like Doom 64 video, and the response to that video from my community, and just the Doom community in general, was basically this.
Doom 64 is the best Doom game, you loser. I can't believe this, you disgusting piece of literal human garbage. You are basically IGN.
I feel with Brutal Doom 64, I can officially say that I like Doom 64 now. And it doesn't change a whole lot, like I said, but it adds in so much more that I just absolutely love. First of all, the new opening level that has been made for this is probably the best part of the game, and is the part I get the most enjoyment over. I will play this level over and over and over again for hours and not get bored. One, it really proves to me that for me to enjoy a game, there needs to be at least some good music, because honestly, I really get bored if there's not much music in a video game, but this opening level, oh my god, I absolutely love it. It's brilliant, and it is mostly due to the fact it has Andrew Hulshult's Doom 64 main theme remaster in the background, while you're fighting Mancubi, Arachnotrons, Imps, and Zombie Soldiers with a pistol, with a whole bunch of other Marines, dude. This is so cool, just watch this. And now, as for the other levels, there are no new levels, and it's not like the other Brutal Doom where it gives the levels a makeover. It just looks the same as it originally did. But this mod more than makes up to it with the fact it brings back the Revenant, which are almost as annoying as the Arch-Violent Marauder, in the good way of, when you kill it, it is so rewarding because of how annoying they are. The Revenants in this game are really overpowered, if I'm gonna be honest. And it may seem like a weird thing to complain about, but the rockets travel too slow and are very hard to avoid because of how slow they travel. And usually you'd be complaining about the rockets being too fast, but no, they are way too slow to avoid, and honestly it's really annoying, and I've got killed by these things a whole bunch. Another thing is that there's a lot more Hell Knights around these levels for whatever reason. For Doom 64 I play it on Bring It On, but there is not that many Hell Knights in the original version, but dude, there is Hell Knights everywhere in this mod. And it's honestly a nice change to be able to have more things to shoot in Doom 64, because you know it's a Doom game, you shoot things. And the thing I said about there being more things to shoot is completely true. There's not just the Revenant that is new, but there's also the Chain Gunner that has come back. The Chain Gunner comes back rarely. I don't really see him that much, and you can't really notice a difference between him and the normal zombie man. If you look closely, you can see the belt for his chain gun, but it's not really that noticeable. The only thing that's really noticeable is how fast he fires. There's also a very similar thing that I'm going to call the Corrupted Marine, because I don't actually know what it's called, that functions basically like the Chain Gunner, but I don't think he does as much damage because he has the Assault Rifle, which is also a new thing. There's now an Assault Rifle in Doom 64 that, it kind of sucks if I'm being honest. And yes, all of the Brutal Doom games have this Assault Rifle, but in Doom 64 it feels extremely underpowered, especially compared to the Chain Gun, which uses the same ammo. It's just the Chain Gun fires so much faster than the Assault Rifle, and the Assault Rifle isn't really something you can fall back on in this game like the others. One of my main issues with Doom 64 was how lazily the animations were made for the weapons, and then now I understand it's made for the Nintendo 64 and they couldn't fit that much onto the cartridges, but well, all the weapons have animations now, and it's really good. Honestly, I absolutely love it, and honestly, Doom 64, I adore this game now, and I really understand why so many people like it, in kind of a different way though, because well, obviously I'm playing Brutal Doom 64, and a lot of people complain about mods like this changing the original gameplay, but I don't see it with 64. 64 is more of just what I'd call a remaster with a couple quality of life features added in, like the extra level and the old enemies coming back with a couple new weapons and also that new enemy. And with the opening level, if you don't want to play that, there's also a mode where you can skip the opening level, which is honestly really cool. The one downside to this mod, if you do like the original version of Doom 64, is the fact you have to delete all of the files to play Brutal Doom 64, which I am actually going to go over how you install this mod, because it's pretty complicated and it's not like the other Brutal Doom games. Honestly, that's just basically my thoughts of Brutal Doom 64, and now I'm going to show you how you install it. So, to install Brutal Doom 64, you need to go to the Brutal Doom 64 mod DB page. You can just type in Brutal Doom 64 into Google and it will give you the link to this page. When you're here, go to Files, then you see Brutal Doom 64 version 2.0. Click on that, and then click Download Now, and then download Brutal Doom 64. Now that you have Brutal Doom 64 downloaded, go to Doom 64's page on Steam or wherever you got it from. Go to Browse Local Files. Now that you're in Doom 64's files, what I want you to do is delete all of the files that are in there. This has all of the Brutal Doom stuff in it. I'll explain that later. I have a dummy file here that has nothing in it, just for this testing. You just need to delete everything out of the Doom 64 file and then you'll be good to go. First thing that you'll want to do before anything else is go to Doom 2. Go to Manage, Browse Local Files, Base, and then you should scroll down until you see Doom 2 WAD. When you've got Doom 2 WAD, just click Copy, paste it into Doom 64's files. Now that you've done that, go open up Brutal Doom 64 and go into the file in the zip file that says Brutal Doom 64. Once you've done that, you just need to highlight all of these, copy, and then paste into the Doom 64 files. Now that you've done this, you're almost ready to go. There's just one last thing you need to do. When you're in these files, you will see a thing called BD64. What you need to do is you need to change the name of this file to Doom 64 underscore X64. Now that you've done that, the X does not need to be a capital, that was my mistake. Once you've done that, you should have this ready to go. Usually, this will change the icon, but for this time, it didn't. And now, when you've done this on Steam, you'll be ready to go. You can click play and it will load you in, but because I have done this on a different file, I will need to click on this file here. And now it'll say it's loading up Doom 2, but as you can see, I am on Sergeant Mark's Brutal Doom 64. And yeah, that's basically all you need to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and if you did enjoy the video, then give it a like. It really helps me out with the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. And if you really liked the video, then consider subscribing. It is a great way to support the channel and motivate me to make more content just like this. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, we're on 800 right now, and I am extremely excited. So please help me get there. And if you haven't already, consider joining my Discord. It's a great place to come and chat to other Doom fans and people who just like video games. There is a link down in the description. Other than that, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.